Hi, welcome to Vicky Makes and Builds. Okay, I'm back with another video on my entire puzzle collection, and this one I'm really excited about because it is all of my large piece count puzzles that I'm going to show you today. So as a general rule, I've been going through my collection from smallest to largest. I had to split the middle two videos into two because that category was quite a large category, everything from 500 up to 1,500. So it just took a long time to get through them all, and I split it into two. The first video I brought out was all my smaller puzzles, 500 and below. So if you haven't seen those yet, please do check those out. They are linked in my description, so you can go and have a look at those. But this one is focused entirely on my beloved big jigsaw puzzles. I love my big jigsaw puzzle collection. You know me, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know I love the large piece count. So I'm just so happy to be able to show you these. So what I'm going to do with this one is divide it into sections like I have with all the other videos, but this one is going to be divided largely according to piece count, starting with 2,000 and going up. The first section is slightly different to that because the first section is going to be these puzzles that I have in front of me, which are the ones I have either completed or that are currently in progress. So there's a mixture of sizes here. A lot of my large piece counts I have kept and taped together, so I do have a few in my collection that, that are already built. So that is what this first section is going to cover just now. But before I get into that, again, I've got some changes to let you know about to my current collection. Now, on my last video, one of my members left a comment, I think it was Sybil, and she said it's not really an inventory because it's ever changing all the time. Your collection's always going to be changing. And that is true. That is true. I'll always be getting new puzzles and other puzzles will be going out the door. And that has happened. But, it's good to do this now and again, to take stock and just see what I have, look at the to-do pile, and also just remember ones I've done, videos from the past that I really enjoyed that perhaps not everybody's seen, or that people have enjoyed and perhaps want to go back and look at again. It's also encouraged me during the course of doing this to have a bit of a clear out, to tidy things up and just make sure everything's as kind of streamlined as it can be in my puzzling world, because my collection is large now. I do have to keep on top of it. I don't have a humongous place where I live, so I have to make sure I can fit them in. But I think I'm doing good. So far I think I'm doing good. But as I have been with the last few videos, I have had a couple of new puzzles and I've had a couple go out the door as well. So the new puzzles that I have to tell you about are these ones here. Now it's funny. It's funny having these in this video because these are teeny tinies. The little 99 piece Happily puzzles sitting on top of my 5,000 piece puzzle boxes. Now the reason I've got these is because last year when I went away to America, I won a giveaway where I won 10 of these Happily mini puzzles, 99 pieces. And it just happened at the right time because I got them right before I left and I took them all with me, and I built a whole bunch when I was on my holiday. I talked about this in the first collection video. So what I thought I'd do this year is just buy some more because I enjoyed them so much. They were perfect little travel puzzles. And they have like a buy 5 get 1 free, I think, offer. So I bought 5 and I got a 6th one for free. So these are 6 new puzzles in my collection. We've got this one, which is called Wow, and that is by artist Vratislav Pekar. Then we've got Nuthatch, which is a lovely bird. I've got another one in this collection. It's like a woodpecker, and this one's by Vrij Formart. So that's the same artist as the woodpecker one. This one is by Naomi Wilkinson and it's called Cat in a Bag, and it's a little kitten sitting in an IKEA bag, as you do. Then this one is by Nia Gould. This is one of the funny cat ones and it's called Pablo Picasso. Love that one, that's really good. Another funny cat one, Vincent Cat Goff. That's a cat with one ear, and that's Nia Gould as well. And then this one is just simply yeah, and it's by Vratislav Pekka again. It just says yeah on it. So I can't wait to take these with me. I think this is going to be a tradition now. When I go away on holiday, I'm going to get me some Happily Minis and enjoy doing those when I'm away. So that is 6 more to add to the collection, and then 2 to remove from the collection are firstly my Starfield puzzle by Blue Kazoo. I don't have it anymore. I sent it to the charity shop, and the reason for that is, as I explained in the last collection video I did, basically I was talking about the finish on the older style Blue Kazoo puzzles and how it's very shiny. I'm not really that bothered about the actual pieces themselves in the older style puzzles. I really love the newer sustainable line that they brought out, and so it's a very difficult puzzle and I just didn't relish building it with pieces that I didn't really like. So I decided just to move that one on. And I also decided, again, after having done one of my previous collection videos, this is why they've been good to do, because they've really helped me take stock and decide whether or not I really do want to do these puzzles. I also passed along the Orange Hell puzzle, the Paris Panorama puzzle from the Worlds in 2023 that we did as a team, that everybody nicknamed Orange Hell because it was really difficult. I had that puzzle alongside the one that's very similar to it, the Berlin one at night, which I haven't done, and that one I'm looking forward to doing. But Orange Hell, I looked at it and thought, no, I really don't think I want to do this one again. So that one went the same way as Starfield, and that has now left my collection. So I'm 6 up, but 2 down, which takes me to a current count of 257 puzzles in my collection. So that is where I am starting from in this video. So let's just dive in, shall we? All right, as I am talking to you about these puzzles, I thought it would be fun to have some footage overlaying my talking of me putting some of these puzzles together again. They're all taped in sections, so I can do that and I can lay them on this table. The only ones I'm not going to do that with are the ones that are too big for the table, so I probably won't do it with the 9K, certainly not going to do it with my 33K wildlife puzzle, and probably won't with the 13K Disney Orchestra, but I will be talking about them all. Let's start with these two in front of me. These two are 5,000 piece Ravensburger puzzles. The top one is one I hope you'll all remember because I didn't do it that long ago. This was my first ever live streamed large piece count puzzle, and it is Pokemon All Stars. I loved this puzzle so much. I enjoyed building it so much. It was so fun. I loved the live streams on it. It was really great when I finished it and I was able to show it to you all finished. So many people joined in with me on this, and it was really nice because a lot of people talked to me about it when I was at UK Nationals. I finished the puzzle not long before that. A lot of people said to me, well, I got and built the Pokemon puzzle because of you. And I was really taken aback by that. I was so surprised how many people spoke to me about the Pokemon puzzle. It just was such a brilliant puzzle and such a brilliant puzzle along that I did that everybody really seemed to enjoy. And there are still people doing it, or people that have not long finished it in my Discord server posting photos. So this is just a brilliant puzzle and it's always going to bring good memories for me. Pokemon All Stars. This one is also special and I also loved it. This is Bizarre Town. Now, Bizarre Town, I was nervous about approaching this puzzle. This is a very busy puzzle image. So Bizarre Town is by Colin Thompson, and Colin Thompson is well known for his very busy, very detailed images. Lots and lots going on, lots of colours. It's one of those images where you look at it and think, I have no idea where to start with this. And it was the very first puzzle that I did a phased sort on. I was so overwhelmed by the notion of sorting this whole thing before starting it that I thought, right, I can just sort some things that stand out to me and then build them and just take it from there. And that is what I did. And that made this whole build really enjoyable, really manageable. And the other nice thing about this puzzle was that I built this alongside Donna Louise. We collaborated on this puzzle. She did 2 videos on it, I did 2 videos on it. We asked each other questions, we compared our methods for building it, which were very different. And it was so good. It was a really good wee video series that we did together, and I thoroughly enjoyed collaborating with her on this. And when I finished it, the sense of accomplishment I felt when I finished Bizarre Town was just something else. It's such a cool puzzle. So what I'm going to do, just kind of speaking of other videos, I'm going to link in the description all the videos that I refer to in this video. So if there are any that you hear me talk about and you think, oh, I never saw that, or oh, I'd love to go and see that again, they are linked in the description, so you can just go and find the one you want and click on it and it'll be down there. I have also done that with all the other videos on the collections as well. So it's just to let you know that at the start. So that is Bizarre Town. All right, so now I'm going to move over to this one here. And this one is the very first large piece count puzzle that I ever did. This is my Disney Orchestra Clementoni puzzle, 13,200 pieces. I have this taped up. The top one here has Dumbo on it and Stinky Pete. Now this is too big a puzzle to fit on my puzzle board, but it's so lovely when it's together. I love this puzzle so much. But oh, look at that red curtain. Red curtain! Ah! I mean, not much more to say about this other than really that it was just my first foray into large piece count puzzles. And I remember sorting it and just being blissfully ignorant of how much an image is scaled up on a large piece count puzzle, because this is one continuous image. It's not a collage, it's not different pictures on different sections. It was separated into 6 2,200 piece bags, and the first bag I did was bag A, and that was the big red curtain. And I'd sorted my piles of pieces and I had a big batch of red pieces, and as is what I usually do when I approach a puzzle, I was like, oh, well, they stood out to me, I'll do them. Started these red pieces and was like, nope, this was a bad idea. So yeah, I mean, I guess it was a bit of a baptism by fire, really, this puzzle. And I very quickly learned the way of the large piece count puzzle. And I figured it out and I did it and I was so happy. And I just enjoyed this puzzle so much. It's such a lovely, fun puzzle. And it's forever going to be one of my favourites. I would like to get this on the wall one day, but I don't live in a place where I can put loads of giant puzzles up. Maybe one day I will, but hopefully I can have this displayed sometime in the future and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so this is Clementoni's Disney Orchestra, 13,200 pieces. All right, let's move over to a smaller one this time around. This is a 3,000 piece puzzle. This was the very first 3,000 piece puzzle I ever did, and I built this as my 3,000 subscriber special video. It is an Anatolian and it is called 360 World, and the artwork is by Adrian Chesterman. So basically what we have here are landmarks and buildings from all around the world, but instead of just being in a big long row, it's in a circle. So it's almost as if you're standing on the ground and all these monuments and landmarks are all around you in a circle, and you're looking up to the sky and you can see the sky at the top in the middle. And it's a great puzzle. Actually, I had lots of fun with this puzzle and I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. So that is 360 World. And then I'm going to move over to this side and I'm going to grab this box here. This is the one and only Bluebird puzzle that I have built. And this one was also for a subscriber special. That one was for 3,000. This one was for 4,000. I was so glad I chose this. It's such a beautiful image. So this is called A Night at the Circus, and the artwork is by Amy Stewart. And as is typical of all Amy Stewart puzzles, there's a lot going on in it. It's a lot, very detailed, just full of things. It's all things circus, obviously. We've got this wheel at the back, we've got the circus tent, we've got this big wheel here, the Ferris wheel. there's a giraffe wearing a big collar, and there's a bear with a hat on, and all the stuff you associate with circuses. But it's so bright and lively and colourful, and just as you would expect from Amy Stewart art. And I enjoyed this puzzle so much. It was so much fun to build. I didn't find it difficult. I thought it might overwhelm me a bit, but actually there was lots you could go at. It got a little busier and crazy down at the bottom, but even then there were things you could pick out. And so it was great. I absolutely loved it. And it stood the pickup test as well. I actually picked this puzzle up without, before I taped it, I picked it up and it was sturdy as anything. I was so pleased with it. So yeah, I taped that one. This is a keeper. Again, no idea what will end up happening to it. Really hope I can display it at some point, but such a lovely puzzle. All right, so I'm moving over here now and I'm going to grab this one at the front. This is my 9,000 piece Magical Dragon Forest puzzle. Oh, I just loved this puzzle. It was not easy. It was not an easy puzzle to do. There's a lot of dark pieces, so I didn't find this left side as hard as this right side, but I think it had partially to do with the fact that there's just a lot of dark areas here underneath this dragon. The wings on this dragon as well, I found those a bit easier to fill in. This dragon's bigger, takes up more space. You've got more going on this side. You've got the unicorn and the Pegasus and everything as well. But the whole thing, I mean, I enjoyed both sections. The whole thing was just beautiful and it looks so good. It looks so good when it's finished all together. I just love it. I love it. And I love dragons. Dragons are just my favourite thing, and especially on a puzzle. So I really could not go wrong with this puzzle. So that is Magical Dragon Forest. 9,000 pieces by Ravensburger. Right, so I'm going to come to this one in a minute because this one as well as this one here, these two are both puzzles I have completed, but they're actually still complete in places that aren't as easy for me to reach. So this puzzle is actually in my puzzle album and this puzzle is on a board under the table. So I'm going to tackle those once I've cleared these ones away. So I will put those to one side for now and I will show you these puzzles here. Now this one will be very familiar to you. I did this one very recently. This is my 6,000 piece Piatnik playing cards puzzle. Now this is probably the puzzle I feel most proud to have completed. Now, I had that feeling, I've had that feeling after every puzzle. All of my puzzles, I felt really proud and accomplished having completed them. This one was just next level. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. And I mixed the bags as well. Now, a lot of 6,000 piece puzzles, depends on the brand, but a lot of 6,000 piece puzzles won't come in bags. Educas don't give you multiple bags for 6,000 piece puzzles, neither do Clementoni. I have done 6K puzzles before as one bag. I was quite prepared to do that, and I honestly thought that is how this one was going to be. I thought it was going to be one bag of 6,000 pieces. So that was what was in my head the whole time. It was only when I finally opened the box, I saw the 2 bags of 3,000 and I thought, oh, I have a choice here. I can do it as 2 lots of 3. But I'd just already settled in my mind with the thought of doing it as 6,000 pieces. So I just mixed them. And I did it really with very little thought, thinking, yeah, I've done 6,000 pieces before. When I mixed them, I felt a sense of, not dread exactly, that's the wrong word, but it was the first time I'd mixed it and thought, yeah, that might have been a mistake. I looked at the pile of pieces and just thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to build this. No clue how I'm going to build this. So when I had finished it, I was like, I can't believe I just did that. It was just the sense of accomplishment from having built this one was like nothing else. It was hard. It was hard, but I loved every moment of it. It came with its flaws. The pieces were super shiny. It had super loose fitting pieces, looser than an Educa. There definitely are issues there, but it's just such a gorgeous image. It looks so great. All the playing cards are so fun. I had a blast building it. I really did. I had such a blast building it, but it's like no other puzzle I've ever done before. It was insane, but so good. Playing cards, 6,000 pieces, Piatnik. All right, now moving on to this one. This one I have very fond memories of, and I did this quite a long time ago now. This is Venice Sunset by Clementoni. It's a beautiful puzzle. It's by Dominic Davison, and he does some gorgeous artwork, and this is no different. It was so good. Now, this one I didn't choose to do. I was asked by Smith's Toy Superstore, which is a toy shop over here in the UK, to build this puzzle alongside the Disney Orchestra, which I was already partway through when they asked me to build that. They were selling these large piece counts in their stores, and they wanted basically some footage of it being built for their website. So they said, we want you to do this one as well. Can you do this one? And it was way back at the beginning, because I was doing Disney Orchestra. It was a few years ago. That was my first large piece count puzzle, and that was in 2,000 piece sections. You know, I hadn't built this many pieces yet. They were asking me to build it, and I was like, yeah, I can build it, thinking, how am I going to build it? So anyway, I figured it out, and of course I used foam boards, and they were my best friend. And again, this isn't a puzzle that I would have seen and gone, oh, I have to have that. No, it's not that I don't like the image. It's a gorgeous image. It just wasn't the kind of puzzle I would normally do. But I was going to do it. They sent it to me, and I built it, and I enjoyed every moment of it. It was so nice. There were so many nice sections that you could work on. It came together so nicely, and I loved it. So again, I taped it up, my first 6K Clementoni, and I was like, yeah, I'm keeping you. So that is that one. So this one on my left is the Disney Museum, and I've got the lid propped up here against the box because the box still has a bag of pieces in it. Now, the other bag of pieces is under my table. I don't have too many left. I've almost finished section A of this puzzle. This is the one I have been live streaming. Now, I'm sure you know this by now, but in case you don't, I've built this before, that I mixed and built as a 9,000 piece puzzle. It's been done by me once before already. I have 2 videos out on it, a part 1 and a part 2, and I also have a full time lapse on it. So there are videos in existence of this already. What happened was I gave that puzzle away, and I gave it to my sister, who's a big fan of Disney, but I kind of had a moment of regret fairly recently with this puzzle. I regretted not having it anymore. It wasn't that I regretted giving it to her. I'm glad I gifted it to her, but I wanted it back in my collection. And for whatever reason, I don't really know why, I just felt sadness that I didn't have it. So I decided I was going to buy it again, and I decided I was going to live stream it. And I'd already live streamed the Pokemon puzzle, so I knew it was possible. I knew it was doable. Because it's a collage, I thought this puzzle would make a good puzzle for live streaming, a large piece count puzzle. So I went on the lookout for it, and I happened to find one that was an Amazon resell. So it was like in a category where somebody had bought it before, it had got a bit battered in the process of going to the person and then going back to Amazon. The box has seen better days, certainly, but Amazon sold it as a resell for a cheaper price, on the understanding that the box had some damage. And it's true, it does. There's tape on it, there's some dinks, there's some dents, but the bags inside are fine, the puzzle is fine. They were sealed bags, it's got the poster and everything else, and I was like, that's for me. And I bought it, and it was something like £36. It was ridiculously cheap, and I was like, well, this is meant to be, so I bought it again. And I am currently live streaming it. I've done about 12 live streams, I think, something like that, and I'm hoping to finish it very soon. Very soon. Well, finish section A very soon. I'm almost done with section A. Section B will be later in the year, because I'm going to do another puzzle in between sections of this. But yeah, this one is on its way to being done, and it will soon be taped up and in my collection once more. And this, of course, is my other puzzle in progress, and you can probably tell from the height of the stack here So what this is actually is my enter in the bedroom box. And in the lid is a whole stack of taped sections, and in the bottom is a whole stack more of taped sections, and the bottom just sits inside the lid and the stack just keeps getting higher. However, I only have 2 more sections left of this puzzle, and if you haven't guessed it yet, I of course am talking about the Wildlife puzzle. Wildlife by Educa. That is this big tall box standing in the corner. It's been standing in that corner for a long time. I've had it for 3 years, this puzzle. Now, somebody, it was Clark, brought my attention to it the other day that my unboxing video on this was 3 years ago. And I can't believe how much time's passed since that video. It's crazy. But 8 sections of this puzzle are done. 8 of the 10. I only have 2 left, and I'm going to build those simultaneously. Now, what I mean by that is I'm not mixing them. I'm going to build them beside each other, but build them as separate entities. I've mixed sections of this puzzle before. I've done it twice. I'm fine with that. I don't feel the need to do it again, but what I do want to do is get it finished. So I'm going to open a bag, sort it, open the other bag, sort it, and I'm going to build it, and I'm going to get this puzzle finished this year. That is my plan. I love it. I've loved this puzzle. So it's so stunningly beautiful. I can't even... Pictures don't do it justice. They really don't. To stand there looking at it, even when it's only half done, is something else. It's just such a lovely puzzle, such a lovely image. It's Adrian Chesterman. I can't wait to finish this. I really can't. It's so lovely. It's so lovely. So I'm going to now show you my other large piece count puzzle that's complete that I can't bring in here because it's on the wall. I made 2 videos, end of last year, beginning of this year, about wall mounting and gluing puzzles, and I glued and wall mounted Entering the Bedroom by Educa. It was stuck to a very large piece of MDF board, and then my friend Frank helped me to put it on the wall, and it just looks so good. It's hard not to stare at it. It looks so good on the wall. If you haven't seen it, please do go and have a look at that wall mounting video. It was a great way exercise to figure out how best to get my puzzles together and up on the wall, and I can't wait to do that with another puzzle. I've got another big bit of wall that I have earmarked, possibly for my 9K Dragon Forest, so watch this space on that. But yeah, so that is Entering the Bedroom, and the artwork for Entering the Bedroom is Jan Patrick Krasny. Jan Patrick Krasny is a really, does some lovely artwork, so anyway, that is Entering the Bedroom. Okay, so these were the last 2 I had to show you. Just going to pan across them. There they are. So this one I just did in May, and I built this for May the 4th. I didn't do a video on it, but I did do some recording. I recorded a wee time-lapse of it. I think it's on YouTube. I'll double check. If it is, I will link it in the description. It was really fun. What I've done is I've taped this in 2 halves, and I've put the 2 halves in the puzzle album. However, it does stick out at the top. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite fit properly in there, but that's okay. I don't mind too much. That one's all right in there. And then this one, this is Castle of Horror. That one's called Star Wars Universe, by the way. This one is Castle of Horror. This is a hay puzzle, and it's by Jean-Jacques Loup. There's the box there. I did it as a Halloween video, and it was really fun. It's a portrait, 2,000 piece, and it was just a lovely, fun puzzle. I actually got this as part of my hay puzzle haul from the charity shop. This was one of the ones I got, so I have completed 4 of those puzzles out of the 7. You've seen the other 3, which were also on boards, and this one is as well. What I've done is I split this in half, and I basically just keep it on the 2 boards. It's not taped, I still don't know whether I want to tape this or not, so it's just been living on a board for a while. So we'll see. It may be that I'll put it on bits of card and perhaps slide it in there alongside the Star Wars universe. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, they're the last two I had to show you in my completed and in progress category. So now we are going to move on to 2,000 and 3,000 piece puzzles. Alright, so my next category is 2,000 and 3,000 piece puzzles. Now, between the two piece counts, I've got quite a few, but I do have more 2,000 piece puzzles than 3. My 3,000 piece puzzles have the collection's gone up pretty recently, actually. Not particularly because I've been focused on them, it's just that those are the puzzles that have come up for me or been gifted to me. So anyway, enough talk, I will show you what I have. And I'm going to start in the middle here. And I'll just, as I've been doing, move them off the table as I go through them. This one I'm extremely excited about. This is one of the mini-me versions of the 42,000 piece Around the World puzzle by Educa. This one is also by Educa. Now, what Educa have done is they've released... So the Around the World puzzle has... The sections focus on different parts of the world. So there's like an Asian landmarks, and there's a European one, and there's American, etc., etc. This one, so the smaller ones, and some of them aren't, they're not all 2,000 pieces. Some are 1,500. But this one is the European landmarks, and it's 2,000 pieces, and it's the same artist, Adrian Chesterman. So it's kind of like a smaller version of a section of that puzzle, and that's how they've done it. Now, I'm really looking forward to trying this. There has been some talk recently. This was kind of an idea that came up, was born during a live stream conversation. It was quite random, and there was talk of possibly doing a big international mixed bag build of the 42k puzzle, and it looks like it might actually happen now. I don't know. I really need to get my organisation hat on if I'm going to pull off something like that. But leave your comments about that, by the way, and let me know what you think of that idea. But anyway, that's really what this came out of, that discussion, and I got it gifted to me, but it was a very kind gift from Clark, who said, oh, you know, maybe try a smaller version of that puzzle and see how you get on. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And the next one in the pile is another Educa. This one is called Penelope Waits, and this one is one that came up in my Discord server. I have a channel called Puzzle News, and a lot of new release puzzles are posted in there. And what can happen sometimes is that a puzzle will get posted and people will say, oh, I really like that, and then there'll be a bit of a buying frenzy on the puzzle. And this was one of them. A lot of people actually went out and got this puzzle. I thought this would make a good live stream puzzle because it is quite sectioned out. It's very colourful, very bright, and I think very sortable. So I think that would make a really good live stream puzzle. Now, the artist of this one is Philip Stanton. So that is Penelope Waits. And moving on to another colourful 2,000 piece puzzle, very colourful indeed, I have this one. Now, this may look familiar to you. I have actually built this puzzle, but I didn't show it in the completed and in progress category because when I built it a while ago and made a video on it, I actually had a piece missing. And gosh, oh dear, it was a bit of a palaver. What I tried to do was be a bit clever, and I ordered a new copy of the puzzle from Amazon, and I thought I'll find the piece and I'll put it in. Unfortunately, and I know you can get discrepancies with colour variation and things like that, but I wasn't too bothered as long as it was somewhere near. The one that came was a different piece cut, so I was unable to actually do that. So I thought, well, maybe I could use the missing piece service by Clementoni, and I might be in luck and get a new copy of the puzzle. So I did what I needed to do for that. They don't send individual pieces, but they do send a whole new puzzle. They sent the puzzle and it was the same piece count as the other one I'd bought. So what ended up happening was I ended up with 3 copies of this puzzle. And so one of the, I kept the one I built together really hoping that I could fill in that piece, and then eventually I just kind of just accepted it wasn't going to happen, and I took it apart, and that is now in my box of random pieces. Because it's you know, it's a bit useless to me really. I'm not going to want to display a gradient with a missing piece, and I already had 2 other copies of this puzzle which I could just rebuild and have, you know, a complete copy of it. So that one I don't count as being in my collection. It's now just in the random pieces box. One of the new ones I'm going to keep and hopefully rebuild it sometime in the future, maybe do a nice full time lapse on it, and I think that would look really great. The other one I'm actually planning on selling on. So I suppose for the sake of the numbers, I will count this as 2 because I have 2 copies of it, but one will be going soon. So yeah, and it's just simply called Gradient. It's a Colour Boom collection puzzle by Clementone. So watch this space. I will build this one day when I maybe have a little bit of time and I just want to leisurely puzzle a gradient. This is going to be really good for that because it is beautiful and it was really fun to build. So yeah, I will do this again at some point. Okay, so moving on to this side now, we have these 2. These are quite tall, so I'm going to just kind of peek my head through the middle of them. These are 2 2000-piece hay puzzles, as you can tell by the crazy triangle-shaped boxes. This one on the left is one of the puzzles from my original puzzle haul from that charity shop. So I've shown you the Castle of Horror in this video. In previous videos I've shown you my 1,500 ones from that haul and also my 1,000 piece ones from that haul. This is one of the 2 2Ks, Castle of Horror being the other one. I haven't built this one yet. This is another Jean-Jacques loop and it's called Apocalypse. Hopeful that it's complete, but just won't know until I try it. So I'm hoping to do this one fairly soon actually, because just like Castle of Horror, it looks so much fun. I know I'm going to love puzzling it. It's another portrait one. It's another portrait orientation puzzle. So, but it does fit in portrait on this table. So maybe I'll do the same thing I did with that and just do a full flip. I actually full flipped the Castle of Horror. Or maybe I'll sort it. I don't know. I've not decided yet. But yeah, look for this one coming up fairly soon. I really do like hay puzzles. I love Jean-Jacques Loup's artwork. And I really do want to find out if any of those missing Captain Flint's party pieces are in here. And this one did not come from that haul. This one, and it's not a portrait one either, it goes this way. This is called Noah's Ark, and the artist of this one is again a Jean-Jacques Loup puzzle. This one was a gift from Lynn, one of my subscribers. It was really lovely, and she showed me a picture of it. She emailed me and said, would you like this? And I was like, oh, that looks so much fun. And I know I enjoy loop puzzles, so I know I'm going to enjoy this. This looks difficult. It's got quite a lot of white in the background. I mean, there's a lot of ropes and things going on, so I'm sure that'll be okay, but it's a lot of one colour too. It's a lot of kind of yellowish colours. Then again, so was Captain Flint's Party, and that was fine. So we'll see how this one goes, but I am looking forward to puzzling this. All right, and then I think all of the rest that I've got over here are Ravensburgers. So well, I'll just start at the front. This one first of all. So this is, as you can see, a Pokemon puzzle, and it is called Illuminated Pokemon. This is a collage. There's just lots of squares basically with different Pokemon in it. Some of which I recognise, know the names of, some of which I don't, but I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I enjoyed the 5K Pokemon so much. As soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to enjoy that a lot. So, yeah, and this was another puzzle gift as well. So thank you so much for sending this to me, Clark. I am over the moon with it. I can't wait to do this one. This one I've had a little while. It's charity shop find, and it was sealed. And it cost me $7.95, so it was a bit more expensive because it was sealed and also 2,000 pieces, and that's fine, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind paying the money to the charity shop. Still a really amazing price for a 2K Ravensburger. And it is called the World's Highest Buildings, and it's essentially just a row of the world's highest buildings. It actually names them at the bottom in really quite small writing. It doesn't look like an easy puzzle, but at least there's some variety in the sky. There isn't a great deal of variety in the water, but we do have the writing. And this one is by Gary Walton and Meiklejohn Graphics. So looking forward to that one. Not sure when I'll do it, but I'm looking forward to doing that one. All right, and moving back as we go, we've got this one here. This, you might recognise the artwork. It's pretty characteristic, pretty distinctive. This is a Demelza Horton puzzle, and this is If Fish Could Walk. So I quite recently did Novel Avenue during a course of live streams, and I talked about how I would enjoy doing this one as well, and I really think I will. It's a lovely image. I do like Demelza Horton artwork. So yeah, this one was another gift. And I cannot wait to tackle this one. I think this one looks really great. Probably won't do a live stream on it this time, but yeah, it's going to be a good one. This one, I love this puzzle. This is so bright and beautiful. This one came as a gift from Ravensburger UK, and it's called Thalassic Tale. And it's just, I love the colours, I love the style of art. There's a lot going on. It's quite a busy image, quite lots of different colours all kind of mingled together. But it's basically an underwater scene. You've got some above ground, some hills and sky and stuff, but a lot of it's underwater. You've got this big mermaid here and all this coral, and there's a big turtle, and it just looks gorgeous. And the artwork for this one is Sveta Doroshiva. I hope I've pronounced that right. So very nice one, that one. And these three are part of a collection, so I'm going to do this one at the back now. This one here I brought home with me from Spain in 2023. This was a gift from Alfonso, and it is a vertical panorama. So this is a bit different. It's a panorama puzzle, which is, you know, I've got a few of, but this one sits vertically. It's the Guinness World Records puzzle, and it looks really fun. It looks really, really fun. I'm looking forward to doing this. It just looks like a lot of fun. But it's going to be interesting with it being a vertical panorama. I think it's going to look really cool. It look kind of cool on the wall, I think. You need a kind of just like a tall, narrow piece of wall, which I could probably provide in this flat. Anyway, that is the Guinness World Records puzzle, and it is by Rod Hunt. And lastly, in the 2,000 piece categories, we have these three. Now, this one at the top is The Fellowship of the Ring. The next one down is, got them out of order. That one's Return of the King. And then, of course, at the bottom, I have The Two Towers. So, of course, I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. I knew I was going to want to get these puzzles for a long time. I know they existed. I know, you know, that they were out, and I love Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love Lord of the Rings. So I got one. I think I bought all of these myself. I got one before Return of the King came out. I got Fellowship and The Two Towers. I'm pretty sure I might have got them together, actually. I can't remember now. But I had those, and then not long after I started buying these, the Return of the King one was released, and I snapped that one up as well. So I am very excited to do these. Just a collage of all the different characters and goings on in the specific film that it's referring to. So really looking forward to doing those. I won't be mixing these all three together like I am maybe planning to do with the 1,000 piece puzzles. I think that would be a wee bit bonkers, but I will be doing them, and more than likely do videos on them as well. So yeah, Lord of the Rings. We move over to the 3,000 piece puzzles, which, as I say, I've not got as many of. I've got 5 of these. Now, you have seen a 6th one, the Anatolian 360 World, but that was in the earlier category because I've actually built that one. Let's start here on at the back, just the ones that are closest to me. In fact, I'll do both of these together because they're very, very similar. This one's started to come out. So this one on the right is the 3,000 piece version of the Life puzzle by Educa. So it's a panorama, and it's just the exact same as the Life puzzle, but with a little bit of the left and right side cut off. So it's not the entire image, but I don't think there's much cut off. It's beautiful. I can't wait to do it. This one is going to be coming up on my channel very soon because I'm going to live stream it between sections of the Disney Museum. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to be really sortable. I think I'm going to be able to do it over the weeks, and I think it's just going to be so much fun. Now, just to let you know, this one is also a puzzle-along puzzle. What happened was, it was another conversation that kind of started life in the Discord server, and a lot of people showed interest in doing it and doing it together, and so it was like, let's do a puzzle along. So I was gifted this puzzle for that, to do the puzzle along on the live streams, and there is a channel in the Discord server for that puzzle along, and people are already building it. Some people have built it already, some people are just getting theirs delivered, and they're going to start when I start. So if you're interested in doing a puzzle along on this, then please do join my Discord server. There's an invite link in the description, and it's free, so you just join and you can post your pictures in there, or just see how everybody else is getting along. If you'd rather not post, that's absolutely fine too. It was just recently re-released, so it should be available to buy, sort of, and get hold of fairly easily. So that is the 3,000 piece life puzzle. Don't have the large version yet, but that's a definite yet. I will get that eventually. This one is quite special because this is the mini-me version of the wildlife puzzle. So another Educa panorama at 3,000 pieces, and another mini version of one of their large piece counts. Again, similar idea. It's most of the picture, but some of the left and right side have been cut off. I've been looking for this for quite a while. This is one that isn't easy to find, but I randomly got an email from Jorge at Rare Puzzles. I've had a few of my rarer puzzles through him. He's got a list of puzzles I'm looking for, and this one came up. It was new and sealed. It had cellophane on it, although I since took it off. Can't remember why. But the bag inside is sealed. It's in great condition. So I was so happy when Jorge got in touch with me and said I've got one, and now I have it. Yay! And I'm on my way to finishing the big wildlife puzzle. So this one I'm hoping to do pretty soon too. I like to do the smaller versions not too long after I've done the big versions, so looking forward to that. Adrian Chesterman, of course, and the life puzzle artist is Royce B. McClure. So that is those. I'm just going to put those over here now because I'm running out of space down beside me. I've got 2 Ravensburgers here and also a Jumbo, so I'll tackle the Ravensburgers last. So this one is in a very similar vein to the Wildlife 3K, and I actually bought this because I still didn't have this one at the time. And this one came up on Vinted. It's a 3,000 piece jumbo puzzle, also by Adrian Chesterman. So there's a lot of similar imagery to Wildlife, but it's got the Noah's Ark in the centre, so it's called Noah's Ark. And I just kind of saw it on Vinted and thought, do you know, if I don't ever manage to get hold of that Wildlife panorama, this would be a good one to do as a mini-me. It's not quite the same, but you know, same artist, very similar idea. So I bought it, and the other thing was I'd never done a large piece count jumbo. I was just quite intrigued to try a different brand in a large piece count as well. Again, love wildlife artwork, love Adrian Chesterman's art. And this was fairly cheap because it's actually, the box is quite damaged. You can see here it's been quite badly dinked, but it was in the cellophane, which had ripped a bit, and the bag sealed inside. So I was fine with that. I was absolutely fine with that. It's just been kept, I think, under a bed and just got bashed by other things going under the same bed, I guess. And so, you know, they didn't ask lots for it, and I just was like, yeah, why not? Why not? So I got this one. And lastly, that leaves me with the 2 3K Ravensburgers, starting with this one. This is called The Forest Dragon Awakes, and it's a dragon puzzle, so of course I was going to want it. This one looks tough. It's very green, but we do have some dark against light background. Hopefully some transition pieces will stand out with this. Some of these darker areas probably going to be fairly hard, but look at that dragon. It is so awesome looking. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. And the artist for this is Jonas Jodica. I can't wait. I can't wait to dive into this one. I've got a good collection of dragon puzzles now, and I need to. I could probably do a whole year of dragon puzzles. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? All right, so that is The Forest Dragon Awakes. And lastly, this one. I'm excited to do this one. This came as a gift recently from Richard, one of my members. So thank you, Richard, for sending me this. This is the Hogwarts Castle Cutaway. It's a Harry Potter puzzle, and there's like bits of it cut away so you can see inside. That's the whole kind of idea behind the title. And there's various things flying around it, owls, and there's the golden snitch. And we've got, I think that Fawkes the Phoenix, and all sorts of other things flying about. So it looks fun. It looks like a fun one. I can't wait to do this. And that's it. That's all I had to show you in my 2,000 and 3,000 piece puzzle category. So now we are moving on up to the 4,000 and 5,000 piece puzzles. Oh, it's exciting. We're going bigger. Okay, so up next we have my 4,000 and 5,000 piece puzzle. I don't have as many 4s as I have 5s, so we'll just start with the smaller, and I'll go with this one at the front. So this one is a Ravensburger. This was a gift from Matthew, and it is called Tropical Dragons. It's one I've had my eye on for quite a long time. It's such a lovely image, and it's by Rose Khan. Rose Khan does some lovely artwork, especially for puzzles, and it's always right up my street because it's usually fantastical. And this one has dragons on it, so I'm bound to love it. So I was so happy to receive this. I can't wait to do this one. That is Tropical Dragons. And I'm kind of alternating these. I've got 2 Educas and 2 Ravensburgers. So next up is an Educa. This one is the Savannah Coming to Life. It features artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny, and that makes sense because it is very similar to the Entering the Bedroom puzzle. The whole theme is kind of the same. It's jungle animals stepping out of a painting or some kind of portal into a room, which is essentially what Entering the Bedroom is as well. We have a similar thing here, except it's 4,000 pieces instead of 6,000. This I know is going to be lovely because I remember that from Entering the Bedroom. I think it's going to be lovely, bright and vivid. Lovely, lovely image quality on Educas. I just love the image quality. That's why I'm always going to love Educa puzzles, no matter the loose fit or any of the other issues that come with them. I don't think I'm ever going to not enjoy Educa puzzles. They always look so stunning. So that is a 4,000 piece puzzle by Educa, the Savannah Coming to Life. And that was also a gift from Matthew. This one, back to the Ravensburgers. This one is the first 4,000 piece Ravensburger that I ever got, and it was actually a gift from Ravensburger UK. It's a beautiful image. It is called The Hidden World of Fairies, and it is an Amy Stewart puzzle. You can always tell an Amy Stewart piece of artwork. Again, so much going on, so much colour, just bursting with gorgeous things in this puzzle. Loads and loads of fairies. You've got this fairy kingdom. It's just so pretty and beautiful. So that is The Hidden World of Fairies. And then my last 4,000 piece puzzle, which is bursting open because it doesn't have the cellophane on it anymore, is a Japanese collage, and it's by Haruyo Morita. This is one I have earmarked for possibly live streaming because of the collage nature of the puzzle. You've got these 4, they're like windows, and in each one you have this Japanese lady all wearing gorgeous colourful kimonos, and there's all these flowers and lovely patterns, such gorgeous colours. There's like, it's kind of like a stained glass window, so there's all these patterns around the outside, and I just think it would be a really good live stream puzzle, just to split into the different colours and work on each separate panel. So yeah, this one, I would watch this space for this one coming up on a live stream at some point on one of the Saturday lives. But again, lovely one I really am looking forward to doing, and this was also a gift from Matthew. You'll hear Matthew be mentioned a lot because he has actually gifted me a lot of my large piece count puzzles. We both love large piece counts though, so we're both on the same page there. So anyway, that is the Japanese collage, and that is Haruyo Morita. Then we move over to the 5,000 piece puzzles. Only one of these is not Ravensburger, so I'm just going to start with that one. This one here was a gift from Clark. And I was so happy to receive this because it was a puzzle that I had always thought for a long time, I'd like to do that one day. I'd like to do that one day. I'd like to do that one day. It's not one I see come up. Pictures of it don't come up very often, but then occasionally they do. And whenever I see it, I think, oh, I really like that. I forgot about that one. And I really would love to do that one day. That's just this constant thought I've had in my head over time. It's by the Playgroup Design and it's called 5,000 Colours. And it's by Clemens Habicht. I don't know if I've pronounced that right. I hope I have. The Playgroup Design, it's based in America, I believe. And so I always knew it was going to cost me quite a lot to not only buy this puzzle, but also have it sent over here to the UK. Thankfully, Clark was very generous and he bought this puzzle and had it sent to me. So I was so happy to finally have this puzzle in my collection. I do love a gradient, really do like a gradient puzzle a lot, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Right, over here at the front we have the first of my 5,000 piece Ravensburger puzzles. This one is Big City Collage and it just says Getty Images on the box. I got this one with some Christmas money, I believe. It's one I saw. It was fairly new at the time and I saw it come up and I thought, I actually really like that puzzle. I love this, there's something about this blue colour in the sky. Really love that colour, love that kind of postcard effect on the, you know, the top half of the puzzle. It reminds me a bit of a larger version of the postcard series. But there's, you know, more than just one country's landmarks in here. It's all over the world. But yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be a really fun puzzle to do. I don't think it's going to be too complicated or difficult. Looks like there's lots you could sort and separate into. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing this one. This one here is one of the, if not the first 5,000 piece puzzle I ever owned, I think. I actually think it is. This one is called Space Odyssey. I often refer to this one as the Solar System puzzle, but it's actually called Space Odyssey. And I've liked this puzzle for a long time. I knew I would like to do it one day. And I got this as a surprise birthday gift one year. It was about 3 years ago, I think. Again, from Matthew. So I was so happy when this came. I knew he'd sent me a puzzle for my birthday and we'd been talking about a dragon puzzle, but he kind of said that to throw me off the scent. So I was fully expecting to open this box and there'd be a dragon puzzle in there, and it wasn't. It was this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the Space Odyssey puzzle. So I was really pleased with this. This one just says MGL licensing on the side, and I've heard a lot of people talk about having done this one, that it's challenging but not completely impossible or you know, super tough. I think this is going to be a really good one to do. I think there's a lot of detail to it, a lot of writing in the background and things. Maybe some of these darker areas would be quite difficult, but I think it's going to be a fun one, this one. Right, okay, let's go with this one. This one was quite a recent addition to my collection. I got this one in a bundle together with the 2,000 piece Star Wars Universe puzzle, which I showed you earlier on in this video. They were selling both puzzles and it was like an auction, and I got them for a really good price. Now, they've both been built before. The bags aren't sealed. This one, I believe, has had parts of it separated. I think that the border is separated. It's got a poster. And the pieces have been put back in the original bag with tape on, but what we also have are several other bags. So that is the borders. This one, not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. That appears to be the lightsaber, the green lightsaber. That one, this might be the border just on the like a lot that goes around the outside, maybe. And then this one, I'm not sure either. It's really been meticulously separated. It's not been separated into 4 parts because these are different sized bags of pieces. These are all really dark pieces, so that looks like it might be Vader and Luke. But yeah, it's interesting how they've done this, how they've separated it all. That, for me, is a good sign. I think that shows it's been built and separated and looked after. And the 2,000 piece Star Wars Universe puzzle was complete as well. So, and I mean, it did say it was. So I have no reason not to believe them, but you never know, do you really, when you buy things secondhand? But yeah, so pleased to have this in my collection. It's one I've been wanting for a while. I got it not long after getting my dream Star Wars puzzle, so I was like, oh, all these dream Star Wars puzzles are getting ticked off my list. I was so happy. This one is called Star Wars Saga XXL. So I'm looking forward to this, but I don't know whether or not just to mix all the pieces up. I'm not used to them being separated quite like that. I normally do my own sorting, but I'm given to understand that this is not an easy puzzle. And I don't know, maybe I'd be doing myself a favour. It's just that I'm not quite sure how they've been separated. I'd have to try and work that out, I guess. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. Maybe I can get this done in time for one of the May 4ths at some point in the future. That would be really good fun. But again, this was another gift from Matthew. So as I said, he's going to get mentioned a lot because he's bought me a lot of my large piece count. This one is one I got myself. This is the Fantastic Street and it's by Zoe Sadler. This has quite a Halloween vibe about it, I think. It's fantastical, obviously, with a name like Fantastic Street. You've got a street situation, it's cartoony, there's a dragon flying around and there's various other fantastical things going on, but it does definitely have, it's got like pumpkins at the bottom, definitely has a Halloween vibe, so this might be a good one to do around about Halloween sometime in the future. Don't know about this year, but maybe next year, we'll see. So yeah, looking forward to doing that one. Then over here on my left are two more puzzles, two more gifts, both from Matthew. Now Matthew actually bought me I very recently had quite a big puzzle haul, and it was gifts that Matt sent, and a lot of them were large piece count. So a lot of these came at the same time, and many of you won't have seen them yet because I haven't done a puzzle haul on them. I was kind of saving them for these videos. So a lot of these came at the same time, not all of them, but some of them did. These two are two that did. We'll start with this one on the right. This one, oh gosh, as soon as I saw this puzzle, I knew I would get it at some point. I just knew. It's definitely my kind of puzzle. It's called Dragon at Day and Night, and you've got this, it's kind of like a yin and yang situation where you have the dark dragon at the top and you have the lighter dragon at the bottom, and there's like this kind of S shape in the middle, and so you get this, it's like this balance of light and dark kind of effect, or day and night, but there's loads of colour in it. I mean, the light coloured dragon's not just white, it's got yellows and golds and cream colours, and then this dark one's got dark blues and purples, and there's even some red in it as well. It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I saw someone build this on Instagram, and the final photos of it, the pictures of the actual puzzle looked, if it was possible, it looked so much more stunning than the box image. It was like, to look at it, I mean, it's the same image, but somehow you look at the puzzle and you go, oh my gosh, that's even more beautiful than the box. I think this is gonna look spectacular. I really do. I'm looking forward to this one. Doesn't look easy again, but I can't wait. Dragon puzzle, I've got to have it. And this one is by Claudia Schmidt. And then finally we have this one here. This one looks hard. Oh gosh, there is no space in this puzzle that doesn't have something in it. It's just chock-a-block with cartoon things. So it's quite layered in a way. So you've got the sky, which is full of birds and clouds and just all sorts of things. Then you've got like a layer of buildings, and they're all kind of wonky and geometric and all different colours. Then you've got this layer of people that are just kind of standing. Then you've got a layer of cars and a couple more layers of cars, and then you've got people. So it's very, I think it's actually probably going to be quite sortable according to the rows of things. But it's so busy. It's so busy. But I mean, I've had busy puzzles before that have turned out to be not as bad as I thought they would be. I suspect this one might be that. I could be wrong, it might be just as hard as it looks. I don't know. But it's called Nothing Is So Pretty as a Rizzy City. And Rizzy refers to the artist, who is James Rizzy. So, and it comes in this lovely yellow box. So it stands out, this puzzle on the shelf. This is going to be tough, I think, but I think it's going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun. So that is all my 4,000 and 5,000 piece puzzles. And now let's have a look at the puzzles in the next category. Okay, so my next category is 6,000 and 9,000 piece puzzles. Right, so where to start? Right, I'm going to start with this one here. This is the only 6K that I have that isn't Clementoni, and it'll get the pile down a wee bit at the front. I have a 9K underneath it, but I'll do the 9Ks last. So this one was a Christmas gift from my sister, and I'm not sure if she knew or didn't know that how difficult this puzzle is going to be. It's called the Sistine Chapel, and it's a trefoil puzzle, and it's the first large piece count trefoil that I actually got in my collection. I know that, or I've heard that trefoil pieces are a bit on the smaller side, so trefoil 6Ks are going to be smaller than, say, Clementoni, and I think Educa as well. But that's okay, I don't mind. I'm a little nervous with this puzzle because it just looks really hard. It is, of course, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo, and a lot of puzzles have this image on, so I've seen it before. I just never thought I would be doing it. So, yeah, that's gonna be a challenge when the time comes, but still a beautiful puzzle image. Right, now I'm going to try and get through these Clementonis. You've seen the Venice sunset and you've seen the Educa enter in the bedroom already because they are completed. And these are the ones I have still to do. So this one here is a good one to go for next. This is Downtown by Ciro Marchetti. And the reason I think this is a good one to go for next is because I am planning on doing a puzzle along series of videos on this puzzle, not a live stream but videos, so they'll be similar to the Woodland Fantasy Garden ones that I did. I'll go into as much detail as I can without making them too long about my process of building, and I'll be building this on sections of foam board, because although I have this board and a 6K Clementoni will fit on this board, I want to build it that way because if people are going to be puzzling along with me, not everybody has a board this size to do a full 6K puzzle on. But I want to show that it can be done in smaller spaces, it can be done on pieces of foam board, and it can be built that way if you don't have a lot of space. So I think this is going to be a really good set of videos that I'm going to make out of this, and I can't wait to do the puzzle. It's beautiful, and Ciro Marchetti is one of my favourite puzzle artists as well, so it's going to be really nice to do. All right, moving over to this side now. This one is called Pirate Battle, and it is by Paolo Barbieri. This puzzle is one of those puzzles where you see the image and you think, that looks really hard. I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. But the image is just so cool looking and so awesome looking that you kind of do want to do it too, even though it looks really hard. That is exactly how I feel about this puzzle. There's a lot of dark colours in it, a lot of the same colours in it, but there's also some bright parts, there's some red, there's some kind of glowing oranges. It's basically two pirate ships in a battle, and there is a sea monster in on the situation, and it's all very dramatic looking. But see, when this puzzle's finished, it looks so cool. I think I'm going to enjoy this, but I think it's going to take me a long time. I think that this is going to be a tough build. But I can't wait. I really can't wait to do this. Call me a glutton for punishment. I really am looking forward to doing this. And we'll go back to this side. This is one I've had for quite a while. This one is the Disney Gala. It's typically Disney. It all looks very happy and lively. There's a lot going on. Looks like there's a party. And it just, yeah, it's bright and fun. So this one should be fun, but when I'll get to it, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be all Disneyed out once I've done the Disney Museum. So I will get around to this eventually, but not quite yet. And moving back over to this side, I'm just alternating. This one I am looking forward to a lot. This is The Kiss. And the artist is Mordillo. And another one that looks so fun, really cool, but also really difficult. Mordillo artwork, a bit crazy, there's a lot going on. And yeah, I mean, I think it's doable, definitely. There's ways you can sort and things. But I think the last few pieces are going to come, that it comes down to, are going to be fairly difficult. All these kind of dark backgroundy pieces. And again, can't wait to try it. Can't wait to give it a try. Right, this one I had to dig out. This is one of the ones I almost forgot. Poor puzzle. The reason this one almost got forgotten is because I use the boxes a lot for sorting pieces. I opened this one ages ago in order to use the boxes for sorting other large piece count puzzles that I'd done. And it's just been used and used and used ever since, to the point where the bag of pieces has been sitting in a cupboard for quite a long time and the boxes have seen more action than the pieces have. So I mean, the pieces are still sealed in the bag. They're absolutely fine. But the box has seen better days. It's actually well intact, but it's a wee bit bowed out at the sides where it's been kind of moved around a lot. Anyway, until about 10 minutes ago, this actually had Disney Museum pieces in it. I had to transfer them over to the bottom of the box so that I could use the lid to show you. It's Las Vegas. And that's it, really. It's a scene, like an aerial scene of Las Vegas. It looks like a photograph, so I guess there's no artist credited. I don't see the name of a photographer either on the box, but it's very colourful. I'm looking forward to doing this. I got this quite a while ago, and when I saw it I thought, oh, that looks really fun, like it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be easy. However, the sky looks tough. The sky looks like it's more or less all just one colour. There's like a tiny weeny bit of gradient in it, but not much. So I'm nervous about the sky, but apart from that, I think this one's going to be quite good fun. I think it's going to be really like pop. I think the colours are going to really pop, you know, in my eyes when I've finished it and I look at it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, unfortunately, the box, as I say, has seen a lot more action than the pieces have. Anyway, it served its purpose well in that regard. And so my last 6K is over here. It again looks tough. This is Amy Stewart. So we've got large piece count Amy Stewart. So much going on. Night at the Circus was the same, and the Hidden World of Fairies looks similar as well. So yeah, this one's going to be a challenge, I think, but I'm really looking forward to it. There's always lots of colour in Amy Stewart puzzles, so I'm sure there'll be lots of colours I can sort into. But yeah, it's called Garden Shelf. Just simply Garden Shelf. So it's like a bookshelf, but the bookshelf has been taken over by a garden, like plants and trees and flowers and stuff. So very bright, very lovely. And that leaves me with my 9,000 piece puzzles. Now, you have already seen 2, so I will not be mentioning those here. And the reason you've seen them already is because they are being done or they've been done. So the Magical Dragon Forest has been completed and the Disney Museum is about halfway there. These ones I have not completed at all yet. So I'm going to start, well, let me start with this one in the middle. This will be the one that you don't know about. This is relatively new. It's one of the ones that came in that big box of puzzles from Matthew that I mentioned earlier. And this is another one that I never would have thought I would ever do or own. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because it looks hard. Really, really difficult. It's the Bombardment of Algiers. And it's by Ravensburger, and it just looks really difficult. But it's another one of those where, a little bit like the Pirate Battle, you know it's gonna look awesome when it's done and probably gonna be worth, you know, the slog of doing it. But it looks so hard. Oh. And the artwork wise, it says on the side, National Maritime Museum, Greenwich, London. So it's obviously a picture that is on display in there. And yeah, we get to do it on a puzzle if we so desire. I think there are smaller versions of this. I think there might be a 3K version of this. If anybody's interested in doing it that doesn't want to do quite so big a puzzle, pretty sure there are smaller versions of it, but it's very nice, very awesome looking, just really hard looking. Right, then we've got this one. So diverging a little from the Ravensburgers, this is a Truffle 9,000 piece puzzle, and it's another Disney. This is called the Greatest Disney Collection. It's a Truffle Prime, so there are different types of Truffle puzzle. The Truffle Prime range is supposed to be a like slightly better quality, kind of the more luxurious end of the Truffle puzzle spectrum. I've never done a Truffle Prime, to be honest. I've done the regular Truffle puzzles with the red logo. And I'm looking forward to it. Again, small pieces in this puzzle. I can see them actually in the bag. They are very small. Certainly smaller than what I'm used to. I'm used to doing a lot of Ravensburgers and things. So in comparison to that, they look about half the size. This is a collage, and it actually comes in 1,500 piece bags. So this can be made easier for for whoever wants to try a large piece count that's maybe not into doing large piece counts, but would like to try it. And also they have this continuous fit thing where each panel of pieces actually has an edge. So if you were to mix the bags of this puzzle, you would find loads of edge pieces that aren't necessarily the outside edge, because each individual bag has its own edges. So you can actually do it as separate puzzles, or you could put the whole thing together, remove the inside edges off and put the whole thing together. So that's actually quite clever, I think, and it gives people an option, which is a nice thing. But as I say, not tried a large piece count truffle yet, so it's going to be an interesting one to do. So that's that one. And lastly, we have this one. This has been sitting on the shelf a little while, not too long, but a little while. This is Kingdom Underwater by David Penfound, and it's really pretty. When I first saw it, when it first came out, I loved the colours, that turquoisey blue in the background. It's got that centre line, but it's not too bad as Underwater 9K Ravensburger puzzles go. The Underwater Paradise has the very obvious fish force field going on. This one isn't as bad as that. So I appreciated that about the image. And I just love the colours. I really like the colours of this. This isn't one I'll mix. I feel like I've done the mixing of the 9Ks. I don't feel the need to mix. Since the Disney Museum, I just don't feel the need to mix. So I'll do this in the separate panels, and it's going to be really fun. And that is that for the 6 and the 9Ks. We are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, going up the piece counts a little more, and I don't have quite as many in this category. This is my 12,000 and 13,000 piece puzzles. Now, I only have one 12,000 piece puzzle, and that was a very recent acquisition. This is one of the ones that came in that big box of puzzles from Matt. I told you he sent me a lot of large piece counts, and this is one of the ones that came. Now, this is another puzzle, like the Bombardment of Algiers, that I never would have expected to ever have in my collection. It's beautiful. It's really gorgeous. The artwork is Michelangelo, and it is the creation of Adam. And I mean, it's so nice. It came sealed, and it was actually in cellophane when Matt bought it, but they must have taken the cellophane off in customs because there was no cellophane when I received the puzzle. The bags are still sealed, thankfully, but that is a shame that they felt the need to remove the cellophane off this puzzle. I don't really know why. But yeah, it's one of the 12,000 piece puzzles. Now, I don't think they make them anymore. There were two. There's possibly older ones that I don't know about. There's another one with a big like Saturn in the background. And that's one I'd like to get eventually too. But this one, I just never thought I would own this one. I'm so happy that I do. It's really gorgeous. It comes in 3 bags, I believe, of 4,000 pieces, and it's like split kind of vertically. The middle section, I think, is going to be quite tough because there is a lot of this sort of white, just empty kind of background. So I don't know. I think that bit in particular is going to be really tough to get through, but again, it's going to be one of those puzzles that just looks so stunning when it's finished. I can see that being the case. It's going to be so nice. So this is my one and only 12,000 piece puzzle that I had to show you. Right, and the 13,000 piece puzzles that I was talking about are actually the 13,200 piece puzzles, or at least that's what it says on the boxes, and they're my Clementonis. Now I do have another one that's completed that you saw earlier on in the video. That is the Disney Orchestra. These are the two that I haven't yet done, and I can't wait to do them. This one on my left is Visionaria, quite a recent release from Clementoni. I've had it a little while, and I'm looking forward to doing it. The colours in it are gorgeous, and the artwork is by Giacomo Morisi. I've no idea what I'm going to do with this when it's done. I think this would look gorgeous on the wall. I just don't have enough wall. I really need to get a bigger place so I can display these puzzles. It's so nice. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to building this puzzle. Initially, I was going to mix this because I wanted my next mixed large piece count to be going up the steps from a 9,000 to go into the 13,000s. And I was going to mix this, but I've since decided not to mix this and instead mix this one, which I shall move over to just now. So this one is one of my pride and joys of my collection. I was so happy to get this puzzle. This came up on Rare Puzzles, and it was a reasonable price. I mean, they go for a lot, these puzzles. This is Lahaina Vision, and it's by Christian Rees Lassen. They are hard to find, which is why they don't come up very often and why you tend to pay a lot for them when they do. I've seen ridiculous prices for it on eBay that I just wouldn't pay, you know, even if I could. But one came up that was a bit more reasonable on Rare Puzzles, and I actually brought it home from Spain with me. I've done an unboxing video of this. I haven't opened the bags, but I opened the cellophane, opened the box, showed the pieces, because it was part of my haul from Spain when I went in 2023. Jorge was in Spain, the puzzle was in Spain, and so he sent it to the hotel that I was staying at, and I brought it home in my suitcase, so I didn't have to worry about customs charges or anything like that. So yeah, I was so happy. This has been one of my dream puzzles for a long time, and I managed to get hold of a sealed copy of it, and I can't wait to do it. So this is one I plan to mix and build from mixed. So that is going to be an interesting endeavour. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping next year for this one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's beautiful. I love Christian Rees Lassen artwork. Lovely colours, lovely sunsets. I've done a few smaller ones of his, but nothing on this scale, and I just can't wait. Right, so now we come to my 18,000 piece puzzles, and I now have 5 of them, and I think I have accumulated all 5 of these within the last year, if not less than that. In fact, I think it's been less than that, almost a year. I went from having 0 18,000 piece puzzles to just suddenly having quite a few. So that's great. I'm really happy about that. But we'll start off with this one in front of me, which is conspicuous by its lack of a box. So the reason this one doesn't have a box, and you may already know this because I've introduced this in a puzzle haul video, I got this from Vinted. It was for sale very, very cheap. The puzzle is Paradise Sunset, and basically it was cheap because the pieces were mixed and the box was battered, like almost non-existent. So I don't know if this is guaranteed complete. It might not be, it might be. I took a risk buying it, but as I say, it was very cheap. What I also have to accept now is that I will be building this from mixed. Now, I was okay with that. I did know that eventually I would like to mix an 18K, and there are certain 18Ks I would never mix in a million years. This is one I don't mind doing that with. I don't think it's going to be easy, but if it was a mixed Colin Thompson Magical Bookcase, for example, I never would have gone for that, but it was this one, so I decided to go for it. The artwork is by David Penfound, and I've made a note as much of the information as I possibly can before I got rid of the box. The box was just so in tatters that there was no point keeping it. I bought a plastic tub and I put all the pieces in the plastic tub and the poster, which thankfully it did have, and I got rid of the box. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, a very interesting one to build, but that is the first one I have to show you. All right, so now we will go from the puzzle without a box to the one with the box that is barely holding on, which is this one here. This is the Evening Walk in Paris puzzle, and this came in with the bunch of puzzles that Matt sent me. It's the biggest one that he sent. So I don't have any more to show you from that particular haul after this. The box, it's sealed inside. There's got all the posters and all the paperwork, and the bags inside are all sealed. But the box has seen much better days. It's all taped together, and goodness knows what's happened to it, but it's barely hanging on, this box. I'm not sure if it will go the same way as the Paradise Sunset puzzle, and maybe I will just get a large plastic tub for the bags. I'm not going to mix it. I will build this one in the bags, but maybe I can just transfer them all into a plastic tub and get rid of the box. The thing is, these boxes are quite flimsy. When you have 18,000 pieces crammed into them and there is no room for anything else, just those pieces, the minute you take the cellophane off, it's bowing out on all sides. It's just... Before you've even done the puzzle or opened bags, the box is starting to kind of deteriorate, you know, once you've taken the cellophane off. So it feels like it's kind of easier to have plastic tubs that you can just stack. Another problem with these boxes is they don't fit on these Kallax shelves. 18K boxes don't fit on the Kallax shelves, they're too wide. I do have one living on the very top, but the rest, I don't have room for anything else up there because there's all my 6K Clementonis. So these ones are going to have to be stacked somewhere, and I kind of just feel better if they're in like plastic tubs so that they can actually stack up without damaging the one underneath. I mean, this box I don't have qualms getting rid of, but I wouldn't want to get rid of the boxes that are still in good condition. So I'll need to figure something out storage-wise for these puzzles. But anyway, this one is by Howard Robinson. It's a really pretty puzzle. I'm really looking forward to doing it. It's one I've wanted for a while, but it's another one that's quite hard to find now. And I was lucky enough to have this gifted to me. Again, it was found on eBay, but very in box, not good condition, but bags all sealed. So happy with that. I mean, as long as the bags are sealed, I'm fine. You know, I don't mind if the box has some damage to it. Usually I would tape the sections and put them back in the box. I could do that with this, but I can just as easily do that with another box. It's not an issue for me. As long as I have the information off it, then I'm good. But yeah, so this is the second of my 18K puzzles that I wanted to show you. All right, this one is one you may have seen. This is the first 18K I got, I think. This is where it all started, and it would have been September last year, or possibly beginning of October, because this was a birthday gift. My birthday's in September. It came a little bit late, so I think it was end of September that it came. And it's the Magical Bookcase by Colin Thompson, and it looks so fun. It looks like it's going to be a blast to build. I love Colin Thompson, as you already know from the puzzles you've seen so far. It's going to be great. It's not one I would ever mix in a million years, but I think doing it in the 4 sections is going to be really good fun, and I think this puzzle is going to look so cool when it's finished. Just so awesome. Just so much big Colin Thompson going on in a puzzle. It's going to be so great. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I have, again, Matthew to thank for this wonderful birthday gift. This one's still in the cellophane, so this one I can stand up like this and I don't feel like it's going to kind of explode everywhere. And this one, it normally lives up on the top shelf, so that can go now back up there. All right, so now I'm going to move over to this one, and this one you won't have seen before. This came only this week. It was purchased only this week. This is Tropical Impressions, and the artist is David Penfound. And it's one that came up on eBay that I'd not been looking to buy, but it I was on eBay for something else. It came up as like a recommended puzzle. And I saw it and I thought, oh, that's actually quite a good price. It's out of print now. I mean, the year on this is 2003, so it's an older puzzle. I knew it didn't come up that often. It wasn't that easy to find. Perhaps not as rare as some, but not that easy to find. But it seemed like it was just the price of a normal sealed 18K, you know, not one that you don't see very often that somebody'd hike the price up on. And it looked as though it was in good condition. It had the cellophane still on, all the bags are sealed inside. The cellophane's coming off a bit on here, but I think that's happened since it's come into my flat, just from having moved it around. It's just come apart a bit at the seams. But it was really well wrapped when it got to me. The box was really sturdy and everything, and I was really pleased with it. I thought this was a good buy on eBay. And it was Matt that bought this for me. I had intended to buy it myself, actually, and I was showing it to Matt, who, as I've said, very, very big fan of large piece counts. And he said, yeah, that's a really good price, and then just proceeded to buy it for me. So yeah, I was really happy to add this to my collection. And you might say that I have saved the best till last with this one. This one is very special. This has been my unicorn puzzle for a long time, and at the end of last year, finally it became mine. And I was so overwhelmed with gratitude and just joy that I finally got my hands on it, that I don't know, I when I opened it, I cried a little bit. Happy tears. So this is, of course, the Galactic Time Travel Star Wars puzzle by Ravensburger, and I can't believe I've got this. I still can't believe it. I look at it every day and still feel surprised that I have it. It's hard to find. A lot of people want it and they don't come up often, and when they do, they tend to be astronomically priced. And this one, really, for what it is, it was a bargain. It was an absolute bargain. It was a gift from Sam. Now, Sam has given me quite a few puzzles, and she said to me, I think it was after my first collection video, she said, you don't have to keep mentioning that I got it for you if you don't want to. I'm grateful, but you don't have to. This time around, tough. I am going to keep thanking you for this for the rest of my life. I just was so happy and honoured to receive this as a gift from you, Sam, and I think you know how happy I've been. I put out when I first received it, I knew what it was, and I actually opened it live for members, and nobody knew what it was apart from Sam, and it was really good fun because everybody was guessing, and I don't think anybody guessed that it was this, or maybe one or two did. And when I got it out, obviously they saw the raw emotion, and I was so glad to be able to share that. And then when I did the puzzle haul for it, there is a video where I reveal it to everybody, and I mean, I got equally emotional for that one, even though it was like the second time I was revealing it to people. So give that a watch if you haven't seen it. I'll put it in the description. It's a puzzle haul video where I reveal this puzzle, and I just... What can I say? What can I say? When you get your dream puzzle finally after so long, it just is like no other feeling. It's so amazing. And I can't wait to do this. I just can't wait. This is going to jump the queue big time. I don't know if it's going to be put together before or after Lahaina Vision. It might possibly be before. I'm certainly not going to start it till I finish Wildlife. That's my priority. But it won't be long. It really won't be long, and I will get this puzzle opened and built. I just can't wait. I can't wait to do it. It's such a lovely puzzle. So that's the last of my 18Ks that I had to show you, and now I've only got one puzzle left to show you. So let's get on with that. Right, so this is the very last puzzle that I have to show you in this video. This is my largest piece count puzzle. I do have another very large one, my wildlife puzzle, but that's already been mentioned in the in progress category. But this one is the largest, weighing in at 40,320 pieces. It is the Disney Memorable Moments puzzle by Ravensburger. I got this as a birthday gift. A very, very, very lucky birthday gift. I did not know I was getting this. I knew something big was coming, but I had no idea it was this puzzle, and when I opened it, I just was over the moon. It's such a beautiful puzzle, and I can't wait to get onto it. I'm not going to be doing it certainly this year. I don't know if I'll manage to get it opened up next year and do one of the sections. I've got a little bit of a line of puzzles in the queue at the moment. I would like to finish my wildlife, obviously, and do my downtown puzzle. It's the 6,000 piece Clementoni. I've also got my eye on the Star Wars Galactic Time Travel puzzle to do very soon, as well as Lahaina Visions. So there's so many cool puzzles that I want to get done. But this is up there on my priority list. I can't wait to get started on it. It's so lovely. And yeah, otherwise it will wait patiently in the corner for me. So that is it. That is all of my puzzles that I have shown you over the course of 4 videos. It's taken a while. Now, at my last count, I was at 319 puzzles after this one. But in the course of filming this video, I have got rid of one more puzzle. The Valladolid puzzle, 1,000 pieces by Ravensburger, is now gone out of my collection. So my total amount of puzzles in my collection is 318. By far, my most numerous brand of puzzles is Ravensburger, and I have 181 Ravensburger puzzles in my collection. So that's over half of my entire puzzle collection are Ravensburgers. A not so close second is Clementoni with 25, and in third place it is Happily Puzzles with 15, and every one of those is a mini puzzle. Of those 318 puzzles, 154 have been built and 3 are currently in progress, leaving 161 still to puzzle. And that, I think, is actually not a bad ratio. I have more complete puzzles than I thought I had. 9 out of those 318 puzzles are wooden. 4 are plastic, assuming you count the Peace Relax Advent Calendar as one. 3 are made of metal, 3 are foam backed, and 1 is made of cork. All the rest, of course, are cardboard. So, how many pieces is all of that? Well, that is a good question, and the quick answer is, I don't know. But what I can tell you is that it is somewhere in the region of 587,028 pieces. Now, that figure does not include some of my Peace Relax puzzles where I just don't know what the piece count is of those without going and counting the pieces in the individual items. And it also includes numbers from the boxes rather than actual number of pieces in the box. So for example, a 9,000 piece Ravensburger is not actually 9,000 pieces, it's 9,120, but I have used just the round box figure in my calculation. And also, I have not included my box of random pieces, which honestly I don't think should be included anyway. So that is the rough figure, but it will actually be a little more than that. It's also worth mentioning that over half of that figure is made up of puzzles from my 6,000 piece puzzles and up. So that is not even including my 5s, 4s, 3s and 2Ks that I have shown you in this video. My most numerous piece count is 500 piece puzzles. I have 106 of those, followed by 1,000 piece puzzles, of which I have 74. So there we have it. You have seen all of my puzzles to date. I am certain that by this time next year it will look pretty different, but Such is the to-do list of a puzzler. It's ever changing. So I really hope you've enjoyed my series on my full puzzle collection. I can't wait to puzzle them all for you and keep making fun content. I will leave it there for this video. If you have any questions or if I've not covered any statistics that you wanted to know about, please do just ask in the comments. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you aren't already. There is a link in the description to join as a member of Vicky Makes and Builds if you'd love to see lots of extra puzzle content. You will also find links in the description for all the other videos that I have referenced or mentioned in this video, as well as the links to my Amazon storefront and to my merch stores if you're interested in grabbing yourself any Vicky Makes and Builds puzzle merch. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Happy puzzling, and I'll see you next time. Bye!